Hello, dear friends at Cardiac Radio. We hope you're ready to nourish your soul. We're ready. We need to nourish our souls every day with spirituality because, after all, we're spirits. How do we nourish ourselves? As much as the physical body needs food, rest, it needs exercise, it needs hydration, sleep. We also need spiritual nourishment for ourselves. And the Spirit's teachings come to us as true spiritual nourishment to strengthen ourselves, to calibrate ourselves, including to do our spiritual cleansing. It's like hygiene. The physical body needs hygiene, detox. We also need the detox of the spirit of ourselves, because often we accumulate emotions, thoughts, and the deeds that we do stay as true baggage within us. So doing the good, we are not only cleansing ourselves, but we're also strengthening ourselves to live better. Today, as we're studying another prayerful moment, Illuminated Prayer, in the book Sex and Destiny, we're going to go straight to chapter 10. Let me share this with you. Emmanuel opened this book in 1963, July 4th, 1963, with a prayer asking us to learn to combine love and sex as an opportunity to create natural responsibilities. André Lewis, in his own preface, he reminds us, he says, we also would like to say that no, not a single line was removed from the truth that is composed in this book. Truths of the truth, which is thrilling chapter by chapter, bringing with it, in these many passages, the light of our hopes and the bitter taste of our tears. This book is surprising from beginning to end. What is amazing to know is that this book was psychographed by Valdo Vieira in its first part. The second part of the book was psychographed by Chico Xavier. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's not easy to do that partnership in mediumship, but it happened. And today we're entering the story of the book. We're not going to study the whole book, but if you don't know the story is the following. We have two families, okay? Two families that are living in the city of Rio de Janeiro. One, we have the father and the mother, Nemésio and Beatriz, parents of a boy that turns to be center stage in this book as well, and a young man. And then in the other family we have the Nogueiras, the mother, the father, and two sisters, Marina and Marita. We get to know that in the first family, the man, Nemésio, the father, though married, he's having an affair with his accountant. His son doesn't know about it, and he is having a relationship with the same woman. None of them know that they are having a relationship with Marina from the Nogueiras family. In the Nogueiras family, we have the couple, Márcia and Claudio. They're married, but they're not on the same page. They're really living separate lives, though still in the same house. And Marita is engaged with the very man who decided to have an affair with her sister, and she doesn't know of it. It's very complicated. It's much more than that. The beauty of this book is to show the behind the scenes of it all. The behind the scenes from the beginning to end. André Luiz is teaching to us how to see life in two, like bifocal lenses. Material life, spiritual life. He teaches us. He's teaching us that as we go to work, we're not alone. As we have a relationship, we have spirits with us. And one of the things that we learn in this book that we want to highlight today is this. In our homes, each and every home has a spiritual butler. Okay? I will say it in Portuguese. Mordomo espiritual, a spiritual butler. If I pray, and I am charitable, the butlers are the protecting spirits. If I don't pray, and I'm not charitable, I let it loose, there's no defense system, who are the butlers of my house? The obsessors, our low order friends, the ones we attract according to our habits. And what we're going to learn in this book is precisely that. The spiritual companions in the lives of these two families are related to their daily choices. Someone gets home like Claudio and wants to have his, little happy hour at home, drinking socially, just a cup, right? Many people claim, even spiritists, it's okay, just a cup. And André Luiz shows in this book that just one cup, you're not alone. You are obsessed. One cup is enough. And this is not to put anybody down if you drink, but we need to work on it. And other habits, cheating, flirting. After all, we're talking about sex and destiny. This book is dramatic, and we wonder, why did the superior spirits spend time bringing this through these mediums? Because we need to be more responsible. I've heard people saying, yeah, Vanessa, but if we are going to really screen people out, nobody's going to be saved. I said, I don't know people's lives. I cannot tell about their lives. I know about my life. I cannot judge people's lives, but I know about my life. And that suffices to us. If you know about your life and you vouch for your integrity, that suffices. Today, we are in chapter 10 of the book Sex and Destiny. Again, Sex and Destiny, chapter 10. What's happening in chapter 10? Marita, a young, beautiful young woman, she realizes that her fiancé is cheating on her with her sister. She gets to know that he's no longer interested on her. She's desperate. She goes to her bedroom, and that's exactly where we are right now. So next time you're disappointed with life, you're frustrated with life, think, are you alone? You're not alone. So I'm going to go straight to parts of the chapter where we're gonna rescue precious information, where André Luiz is showing to us the drama of a lady, a woman who is desperate, who is crying in her bedroom, and he's showing to us she's not alone. Is this an exceptional case he's telling us? No. He tells us this is how life is. Every one of us has loving and protecting spirits. Friends, Do you recognize the loving presence of the good spirits in your life? So let me say, the tears of Marita were streaming down her face, says André Luiz. This is page 122, and the edition, let me say here, actually this was the first edition, 2013, of this book. Wonderful Soul Souls and Melissa, you recognize their presence, right? Welcome, friends. So here she is crying. She wished, at this point, she's so distraught in her feelings. She wished she could be a child again. Because her mother died before she got to know of her mother, she asked herself, why hadn't her mother lived so that they could struggle together? They could have dedicated themselves to each other. They could have shared in each other's suffering. And then she keeps thinking about it. Mechanically, Marita begged her mother's spirit to bless, strengthen, and protect her. In spite of not having any defined religious beliefs, she said a silent prayer, one that was worthy of a being called a profound invocation. André Luiz immediately describes to us that as she prayed, André Luiz and Hilario and Brother Felix, the spirit mentor, were trying to console her and ease her mind when two discarnated women entered the room unexpectedly. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful because think about this. This girl says a prayer. Before even she prays, the good spirits are already in the room. And when she prays, two discarnated women come to her rescue. Can you believe it? Next time we are desperate, rest assured that the good spirits will never abandon us. It's amazing. It's worthwhile praying. André Luiz is teaching to us, pray. Because even before you pray, we're there. And when you pray, more come. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And who is Marita? Marita is just like us, a child of God. They greeted, these two women greeted André Luiz, Hilario, and Brother Felix affectionately and said they actually was Pedro Neves, André Luiz, and Brother Felix. They greeted us affectionately and said they were familiar spirits connected to that domestic refuge. Pause. I know you want to know the story, but this is a study session for us. In the Medium's book by Allan Kardec, Kardec explains to us that there are 4 categories of spirits that are constantly connected to us. First category, superior spirits, protecting spirits. They are always superior to us. Excuse me. 2, familiar spirits. They may be superior or not, even inferior, but they are familiar. They're connected to us. They like us. Not necessarily they like everybody in our lives, but they like us. 3, third category. The third category are spirits of affinity. They like what we like. They may be around us. For example, we like Spiritism. And then other spirits who like Spiritism come to be with us. We may turn to be friends, but at first, we're together by affinity. You like soccer, they like soccer. You like cooking, they like cooking. Oh yeah, they're spiritual, like cooking. You like painting, they like painting. You like music, they like music. You like gossiping, they're spiritual, who like gossiping too. There are spirits who like addictions, things of all natures, from porn to drug addictions, to alcohol, to smoking, to, I don't know, so many things. And the fourth category, obsessors. Often we think the obsessors are around. We forget that they are just one category in four that are constantly gravitating or connected to us, because we're not the center of attention, right? When we say around us, it's a wrong way of saying, because we're not the center of the universe, but they are in our network. We are in their network. We're connected, okay? So this is the beauty of it all. In this room, the bedroom, Marita's bedroom, she's there crying. She prays, though she's not religious. She prays. Before she prayed, the mentor of the family, Brother Felix, is there. Pedro Neves and Andre Luis, helping. Then come two familiar spirits. So Kardec was right. 4 different types of spirits are around. In your life, in my life. Let us feel it. Feel the superior spirits protecting us. The familiar spirits who like us. The ones who like what we like, and the ones that don't like what we like, or they don't like us either. And that's valid. It's passing, just for the time being. We hope we turn them into friends. We hope one day these obsessors look at us and say, oh, you've changed so much. Now you're so lovable. I'm gonna stop harassing you because you're so lovable. Maybe one day that's gonna happen, right? Betsy's saying, so even if we are alone materially, we should never ever feel alone. You're right. We do, but we shouldn't, because we are never alone. You're right. So they greet. Of the two, one of them seemed the lesser experienced approached. The lesser experienced approached the girl as she prayed. She was having a hard time controlling herself. Marita trembled, trying to wipe her tears. The spirit leaned over the bed like any unfortunate and afflicted mother would do when afraid of waking a loved one. Although we had not been advised ahead of time, there could be no doubt. This was the girl in the picture Marita kept as an image on her mental screen. Aracelia, supported by the sweet affection of her venerable friend, was right there in front of us. A loving mother, she had perhaps come from far away to mitigate her daughter's anguish. We were truly moved as the poor mother knelt down to kiss Marita's hair. Oh, the mysterious secrets of divine providence. The mysterious secrets of divine providence. Friends, we don't know many things. And when Andre Luis says the mysterious secrets of divine providence, he says, who can explain human words the essence of the love that God has placed in the maternal heart? It's amazing. It's amazing. I know that not all mothers love their children yet, but when they do, it's powerful. Mysterious secrets of divine providence. Let's propose this as an exercise for the next 24 hours, shall we? Immerse ourselves in this contemplation of this mysterious secret of divine providence. In the next 24 hours, let us find signs of how God has mysterious ways, and mysterious because we don't know, mysterious ways of taking care of us, because providence means providing. The providence of God. God is providing to us. So, in the next 24 hours, whatever happens, let us find how God is taking care of us in ways unimaginable, that we will only realize if we pay attention. Okay? That's the exercise. But we're not done. We're not done. The suffering girl suddenly calmed down. Wow. Imagine you're crying. Then you pray and you stop crying and you say, oh, well, I just stopped crying. You think you ran out of tears? That doesn't happen. There's intervention. Allan Kardec talks about spirit intervention in the Spirit's book. It's worthwhile reading that again. Second part of the Spirit's book, chapter 9, the intervention of the spirits. And he explains to us the beautiful thesis that is brought to us by St. Augustine about the guardian angels, the protecting spirits. And they say to us, St. Augustine in the Spirit's book, he says to us, we are here for you. Do not ever get tired of asking us your questions, because we are here to help. So use it. If you have a parent, if you are a parent, you dream of having your children asking you for help. So good when they realize that they can do what they need, but why not asking the parents for help? Imagine God assigned protecting spirits to you, to me, and we're playing independent as if that ever happens. Why not? Jesus, our guide and model, was not. He was so humble that he was constantly reaffirming to us his dependence on God. And we play independent, which is a fallacy. It doesn't exist. So, here we have, she released her tension, mentally sensing the presence of her mother, whose face she was lovingly attempting to recall and reconstruct. And then another moving scene was superposed on the first. And then the mother, the spiritual, the discarnated mother was praying for the daughter as an intercession. The mother started opening up, saw herself as a little girl alongside the simple Lodre woman who in her last reincarnation had brought her on the stage of human life. So Aracélia, the discarnated mother, was praying for her daughter who was incarnated and suffering, and she was in her turn recalling her own mother. What can we do without our mothers, right? It's hard. And gazing as if she were searching the infinite reaches of space for the warm arms that time had taken away, Aracelia situated herself in such a way that Marita's head was in her lap, emotional to the point of tears, as if her own lips were the lips of her humble and sickly mother, whom she would never forget. Aracelia, Marita's mother, who is discarnated, in tears of resignation sang softly, "Beautiful angel of my life, rest, my sweet darling, sleep, sleep in my arms, while the night has not yet come. Sleep, my dear child, weep not my charm. Sleep, sleep, my life, O treasure whom God has given me." And as if she had been suddenly magnetized, Marita fell into a deep sleep. And the beauty of it all is that when Aracelia stopped singing that song, putting her incarnated daughter to sleep, the other woman took over with kindness, and she understood, Aracelia herself, that she was not capable to give more. She had her limitations. Marita then, they observed that as she fell asleep physically, she emancipated spiritually. And the only thing she wanted to do was to see Gilberto, her fiancé. She ran after. So now let's pay attention, because when we go to sleep, we think, oh, we're so cute and we're there. No, we need to pay attention where we are. So Marita emancipates herself and she runs to Gilberto's house. Spiritually, she sees that Gilberto is cheating on her with her sister, Marina. And she says, when she sees that spiritually, she says, "You bastard, bastard." Immediately, as she's distraught, she comes back to the physical body. And she wakes up feeling she had a nightmare. She had a headache and felt ill and even feverish. She couldn't recall the whole thing, but just a malaise in her feelings. André Luiz, Pedro Neves didn't say a word. They couldn't intervene. They were supporting, but they couldn't intervene. She lost the connection. In jealousy, we lose our connection. In spite, we lose our connection with the higher spirits. They are present, but they cannot intervene because we're making our choice. What is the message of this chapter today? The beauty of the intervention of the good spirits in our lives. If I pray, beautiful forces come our way, but we need to stay tuned. Because the minute we're out, they're still there, but they cannot intervene. Because we have free will and they have to respect. Tomorrow when we come back, we're going to see what happens next with Marita. For now, we want to focus in this exercise, learning about the mysterious secrets of divine providence in our daily lives. How God provides to us in ways unimaginable. Meanwhile, we'll pray, okay? Let us pray in gratitude for the presence of the protecting spirits whom we take often for granted. Dear God, you kindly assign to us loving and kind spirits, but we take for granted, we forget about them, we doubt their presence, and we keep focusing on the things that are no longer helping us. May we feel the presence of your messengers, of yours, and keep investing in our relationship with you, in spite of any external judgment, anything. May we feel it and keep on co-creating with you. We thank you so much for the opportunity of the presence of the loving and kind spirits. May we facilitate their works in our lives and find out the evidence of your divine providence every day. We thank you for your loving kindness, and we pray that everyone in our network that is in greater need than ourselves receive the shower of your healing light, doubled up by your mercy. And may we be able to come back tomorrow to continue our learning experience, thanks to the loving efforts of these mediums, Valdo Vieira and Chico Xavier, who kindly subjected themselves to be instruments of the good, of the loving hands of André Luiz and Emmanuel, sharing with us new wisdom. May it transform our lives sooner than later, and so be it. A big hug to you. Thank you, friends. Until tomorrow, God willing.